Hey everybody, welcome to Our Stock Trades. In this video, we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about how big tech companies and other huge companies such as CVS are doubling down in smaller healthcare companies. And essentially, what does that mean for Clover Health's bright future ahead? So what am I talking about? Well, this is straight hot off of the press. Amazon joins buyout race for Signify Health. That's right. So what we're going to do here is we're going to talk about what's going on here, talk about what is Signify Health, look at their income statement, balance sheet, and kind of the all in one little document, and then we're going to do an intrinsic value calculation, and we're going to see, based on today's levels, where on our recession, our bear market, as you can see behind me here, the bear, base, and bull, where on that is big companies evaluating healthcare stocks, and what does Clover need to do to get to those levels? So without further ado, let's give you the details here. So e-commerce giant Amazon has joined other bidders in a race to acquire the home health service provider Signify Health. The Wall Street Journal reported Sunday, which is today, right? So SGFY, if you want to take a look at it, that's the ticker symbol. That I repeat, SGFY is for sale in an auction that could value the Dallas, Texas-based company at over $8 billion, according to the People, right? So citing two people familiar with the matter, Bloomberg said later that health insurers United Healthcare Group and CVS Healthcare Corporation there and home healthcare provider Option Care Health are also among the bidders to acquire SGFY. So they're going to come together and have a board meeting, and essentially with their fiduciary responsibilities and abilities to carry out and provide the current shareholders the maximum number of profits. Okay, so according to the People, UNH has submitted the highest bid of more than $30 per share, slightly high, essentially ahead of Amazon's offer. Okay, so why is it? It's very interesting what Amazon's trying to do here, because if you don't recall back in July, Amazon purchased One Medical ONEM Group, which we can do an intrinsic value calculation on. So for most folks, you guys are probably wondering, what is Signify Health? What do they do? So I'm going to go ahead. This is directly from our Discord. We can, look at the company's information so you can get a little bit more, and then you can go ahead and visit the website, click on it. You can see a little bit more about basically what they do. But we're going to go ahead and read this short description. So Signify Health is a leading healthcare platform that leverages advanced analytics technology and nationwide healthcare provider networks to create and power value-based payment programs. Signify Health's mission is to transform how care is paid for and delivered to that, so that essentially people can enjoy more healthy, happy days at home. It's a solution supports value-based payment programs by aligning financial incentives around outcomes, providing tools to health plans and healthcare organizations designed to assess and manage risk and identify actionable opportunities for improved patient outcomes, coordination, and cost savings. You can go ahead and pause the video and essentially read the rest, okay? So this is important because, we're in an era, guys, now where we got a baby aging boom population, approximately. I keep saying this fact, so if you've been following me, you probably know this by now. Every day, approximately 10,000 Americans turn 65 and older. And our healthcare system is just not able to handle this, which is why, most recently, Clover Health just hired, I believe, a new executive under the umbrella of home-based care, which falls in line with exactly what this company does. Now, again, I'm not saying these are two apples. I think still they're apple and oranges, but nested within the overall healthcare sector, which you have to pay attention to. So we're going to go ahead and look at the financials here. So we're going to go and start from revenue. So this company definitely is revenue's been growing really well. If you type in the numbers, we're going to see it's hovering around in the mid-20s. The gross margins are amazing. We're looking at 41%, 50%, 49%. This is great gross margins. Now, operating margins definitely need some help to see what's going on in terms of earnings per share. Still in the negative territory. They're still net income negative, but this just to share with you and show you the evaluation of what they're doing. Currently, they're around 843, less than $1 billion in revenue, but yet they're being bought out for $8 billion, which again, because it is a hub in the technology arena, it's around, if you want to do the math here, let's go ahead and do it since we're, right on here. So we're looking at a revenue multiple at around 9.4. Okay. So, if that doesn't excite you, I don't know what does. Okay. So if you look at the number of shares, they are really stable after they started here in 2019 with the 223. They've been really stable, and I do see that there's definitely been some shares taken off out of the table. Now, the book value for share, I think this is kind of an off here because that 83 doesn't make sense, but you can see they are slowly increasing in book value. Again, this is the trailing 12 months, so they haven't really completed this year, okay? If you look at the free cash flow, they are free cash flow positive. Now, when we do our intrinsic value calculation, when you go ahead and when you purchase a company, they always like to pay a premium. So they're going to go ahead and do the highlights of the company. And the highlights here is very clear that they're essentially free cash flow positive. So we're going to be inputting this detail in our intrinsic value calculation. Let me go ahead and show you here. This is the one I'm talking about here with the free cash flow. As you can see, it's positive. Now, working capital definitely is what you want to see. It's going up. So right now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to go to our intrinsic value and we're going to go ahead and type in the same amount of details that I basically just shared with you. Now, again, since this is a net income negative company and free cash flow positive, we can use their revenues as an estimate of their growth. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to type in 2018, they had 2018, they had around 338. And again, if you want access to our intrinsic value calculation, there'll be a link down below for our literally biggest sale we had, which is Labor 150, to get you $150 off of our Mastering Stock Market course, link down below. So we have 2022, they're growing at $843 million, okay? So that's around 26%. We're going to shoot this company 10 years into the future to discount in today's present value, okay? Then we're going to go ahead and give them the 101 free cash flow, and we're going to, take everything by the number of outstanding shares, which is, I have it on the side, 176. So as soon as you do that, you see a recession level of 10, a bear case of 20, a base case of $28, let's call it, because that's $28, $27.95, and a bull of 40. So you can see that, $30, they're heading a little bit north of $30, a little bit more as what you can see from the article here, around $30 per share. But, you can basically say acquisitions in healthcare related companies are basically sitting in around between the base case and the bull case. So, we can just be a little bit more bearish and we can go ahead and call it a base case of $27, $28, okay? Currently, the company is trading at around 22 or something like that dollars. I would have to double check here. So the reason why I'm doing this calculation is because it's a great way to essentially find the possible intrinsic value of the Clover Health stock. Now, I'm not saying Clover is going to continue growing at 80%, 60%, or that's current 105%. I want to be a little bearish like we said. So we're going to hit them up with 35% with a going 10 years out. And if we can do this year of $3 billion and take around, let's say 5%, and we can hit them up with this, we're looking at 150 free cash flow. I'm just taking an approximate average estimation here. We're looking at, a base case of $29. I would say 25 to be a little extra bearish. But the question is, we have to ask ourselves, at what level are we essentially going to get to this? Like, what does Clover need to do? And, this is very important, guys. Clover needs to become free cash flow positive. They need to turn this into positive direction. Clover needs to become net income positive and at the same time still generate at least over 30%. They can get away with over 25%, but still over 30%. And their gross margins need to improve. These are the types of things that Clover Health needs to do in order to get to these evaluations. This should be their focus, and I hope that they don't deter away from that, which is, obviously from their actions there, I don't believe that they are deterring away from it because they just hired a wonderful CFO that is going to bring them into the free cash flow positive territory. In fact, one of our members in the Owl Stock Alerts platform specifically stated what was interesting. He said, why would a CFO leave a free cash flow positive company that's been growing, in the mid 20s for something lower? He's obviously going to do this it's going to propel him into the future. Obviously, he's being paid handsomely for, but he also has a reputation, and he's also young. So, he has a whole career ahead of himself. So if this could be his kind of motto, I like to take companies to free cash flow positivity, a lot of people are going to want him. He's going to be very valuable, okay, for companies. So I hope this was helpful. If you like this, please don't forget to subscribe. Comment down below, what do you think of this analysis? And has it shifted your investment strategy? Has it made you more bullish, more bearish, or frankly, you're just in the middle and just say, you know what, whatever. Let me know down below. I'd love to read your comments, and I will see you on the next one. And one more thing, I want you to smash the crap out of that like button, all right? Peace.